Hi there, it's Samantha here from Using Technology Better, and in this video I'm going to give you an overview of Google Keep. So Google Keep is a great tool in G Suite, one of the lesser known ones, but really useful. So here I am in the Google Keep interface. Now if you're wondering, well, how did you get here? Of course, our good old friend the waffle button or the apps launcher up here, and on there you should see Google Keep. Now mine's in the top section, but if yours isn't, you'll click more and you'll probably find it down the bottom here. There is also a mobile app for Google Keep, which is really good because it just means all of the notes you keep in here are accessible on your mobile device as well. So to describe what Google Keep is a bit challenging. It's a bit of a mixture of sticky notes, task lists, reminders, gathering bits of information you find. So there's not one word to describe it really well, but once you start using it, you find all kinds of uses for it. So let's start with a tour of the interface. Top left corner, you've got your little pancakes button, and that will actually collapse the menu off to the side there, so you've got a bit more room. We've got a notes section, which is where we are at the moment, and then we've got a reminders section. Now the reminders actually occur when you put reminding or dates and times on your notes, and that will then link to Google Calendar. Okay, you can see there notes with upcoming reminders will show. We've got none at the moment, but we will do one in a minute. We've then got labels. So just kind of like in Gmail, you can add labels to your notes to help categorize them. And you'll see I've got a couple teaching resources here, travel there. So if you want to create labels, you can click edit labels and you can create new ones and delete or edit old ones. We've also then got an archive. Again, similar to Gmail, you can archive notes. So I can hover over this note here and click the archive button. So it won't delete it, but it will take it off my main screen. And if I go back into my archive, you'll see some other stuff that I've played with earlier. And then we have the bin. Okay, so you see I've got a note in here as well. It says there, notes in the bin are deleted after 7 days. So only delete them if you're really sure you want to get rid of them. If not, you could archive them instead. So let's go back to notes. So to create a new note, as it says, take a note. But if you know straight away you want a note with little checkboxes like this, you can click the new list button. You might want a new note with a drawing, which you can do with your mouse or a pen if you're on a pen-enabled device. And you can do one with an image as well if you want. Or if you just click in here, it just gives you a title and a box to type. So let's do this one as a sample note. This is a Google Keep demo. So you can just see, just been typing text. Now, a few things we can do once we're in here. We can pin the note, and that keeps it in the pin section up the top. So I tend to pin the notes that I use frequently or my lists for the day or the really important stuff I need to do. Down here we can put the remind me on, and that can either be a date and time reminder or a place reminder. So date and time reminders will show in your calendar. Place reminders are really cool because when you are got the Google Keep app on your mobile device in particular, it will pop up when you get to the place that you've put as a reminder. So you might say, must remember to buy milk when I go to the local supermarket. And if you pop that in as a place, it would pop up on your phone when you're at the local supermarket. The next one across is share or collaborator. And that's what's really good about Keep is these notes can all be shared and collaborated on. So you'll see one here, I had a sample note and I've actually shared it with my colleague Adrian. So he can go in and add stuff. You'll see he added a note to buy him ice cream and he can tick stuff off as well. So that's why it's really good Keep in comparison to say like the tasks tool in Gmail is because this is collaborative. We can also change the color of our notes. We can add an image. We can archive it like I showed you earlier. We've got undo and redo. And then on the little dots, we can delete it, we can add a label to it, we can add a drawing, make a copy of it, and show the tick boxes if we want to, if we forgot to click the little tick box thing earlier, and also copy to Google Docs, which I really love. So often I use Keep just to take ideas down for sessions or different things I want to write, and then I click copy to Google Docs because it pushes all that information into a Google Doc, and then I can continue working on it. Okay, so when you're done with your note, you can just click close. It's all saved automatically and you'll see it is down the bottom here. If I was to pin it, then it will come up here like that. I can also click there to select it if I want to, and then up the top you'll see I've got similar options that we saw before without actually having to open it. So particularly if I wanted to perhaps label or archive several notes, I can do that as well. And then from here, just click on it to open it up and it will tell me when it was edited. Now you can also search your notes, which is really good, particularly if you archive them once you're done and you want to go back and find when you did something or what you did. You can just click that search and you're good to go. So a few other little notes. You want to see down here I've got a note with a website. So one thing you might be interested in getting is the Google Keep Chrome extension, Save to Keep, and it's just up here. I've got it installed already. If you go to the Chrome web store and you can Google that and look for the Save to Keep extension, it pops it up here. And then if you're on a website that you wanted to save the URL like this and perhaps take some notes about it, you can just click this button and it will pop up. You can pop in your little notes and it will save the URL. You can also use it for getting images. So once it's installed, you can right click on an image and say Save to Keep, and again you can put notes in. So I really like that as a way of interacting with Google Keep. Now the other thing I quickly want to show you is how Google Keep interacts with Gmail. So let's open up Gmail. Just give it a second to load there. And on the right hand side, you will notice our side panel. And if you've watched other videos, you will have probably seen this before, but you'll notice Google Keep here. So if I click on that, those same Keep notes we were just looking at have come up on the side, which is good because particularly if I'm using this for a task list, I don't have to actually go into Keep. I can have a look here. I can also take a new note from here, including a new list. And if I actually have an email open when I take a note, so if I've got this one open here and click Take a Note, you'll see it puts a link to the email within the note. So that's really cool as well. And then I can add other information and click Done. So just heading back to Google Keep now. Finally, up the top here, a couple of things. We can refresh the screen. We can go into a list view if you prefer. And you've also got your settings. So you can go in there and have a look at some of the settings and also look at the app downloads as well. So there you go. That's a quick overview of Google Keep, a really handy tool, and I hope you find it useful for your workflow. Thanks for watching.